Hello. Well, today our story is called How the Birch Tree Got Its Burns. And I have right beside me a piece of a birch tree. Have you seen birch trees before? Well, they're one of my favorite trees because sometimes when I look at them, I see different things like faces. And we humans are like that. We see faces in everything. So I got a couple of pictures over here to show you about how we see faces in things. Have you ever seen a coat hook that looks like an octopus? Isn't that funny? Can you see his eyes and see his legs? That's actually a coat hook, but it looks like a face. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. It's a toast. It's a piece of toast that looks like a ghost. Somebody toasted a piece of bread and the holes in the bread made eyes and a mouth. So we see faces in a lot of things. Here's one last one. How about this? Have you ever looked at your car from the front and seen a face? I see faces going down the road all the time. Smiley faces. We're just wired as people to see faces in a lot of things. So what's that got to do with how the birch tree got its burns? Well, the way we're going to tell this story is some birch trees are actually going to talk to us. And so, if Tom is ready to put our story pictures up, let's get started. How the birch tree got its burns. And this is a legend from the Ojibwe tribe. Okay, here we go. Hello, let me introduce myself. I'm a birch tree. Do you see my face? Oh, here I am. There, can you see the eyes and the nose and the lips? Here I am. Would you like to meet my friends? I said would, W-O-O-D, instead of would, like if I were to ask a question. I'm a tree made out of wood. Get it? That's so funny. I laugh at my own jokes. Do you think my joke is funny, frowny face? Oh, look at that tree over there. He's got a real frowny face. Do you think my joke is funny, frowny face? No. How about you, my friend Google Eye? Yeah, the other one has big Google eyes. No. And don't call us names. We don't like it. Oh, sorry, I just can't help it. Your eyes are all bulgy and googly, and both of you are actually frowning. Oh my goodness. Their names are Francis and Lester, in case you didn't know. Look at his eye. Oh yes, I do apologize. I didn't mean to make fun of all of you. After all, I've been called Kissy Lips. Kissy Lips? Oh, that's a good one. Now I don't feel so bad when the other trees call me Dog Face. Can you see that dog face? I see his nose. I see his eye. Dog Face. Oh, Dog Face? They call you Dog Face? No, that can't be. We just don't see it. Oh, look at all those eyes. The point is, it wouldn't hurt us to be kind to each other, would it? He said would. Ha! Admit it, that joke is really funny. Okay, now that you are all here, I have an important story to tell you about us wonderful trees. It's a birch tree legend. Look at our faces. Okay, well, I see Francis. Frowny face Francis. Oh, I'm sorry. And Lester, with those eyes. And Forrest. And Ralph. Oh, and I'm Pat. And Woody. And what's up with all those eyes? Oh, wait. The first one is eyelid, eyelash, eyebrow, and eyeball. All I words. Okay, look at the faces. And look at our birch tree trunks. Did you ever wonder why we birches have so many black marks and scars? Hmm. Oh, the Ojibwe tribe from the Great Lakes have a whole legend about birch trees, and they only tell it in winter when there's snow on the ground. We had some snow yesterday. What happens if somebody tells it a story and there isn't any snow on the ground? Oh, the Ojibwe tradition says you would get a frog in your bed. A frog? Really? That could only happen in spring or summer. Frogs hibernate in the winter. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right. We see what you mean. Because right now it's winter and the frogs are hibernating. Okay. I will now tell a story. This is how the birch tree got its burns. Buju. He's a hero to the Anishinaabe. They are the First Nations people, and Ojibwe are Anishinaabe. And they have many stories about Buju, the rabbit. It was winter time. Buju's grandmother called him to her. Come here, she said. It's cold, and we have no fire for warmth, and we have no fire to cook our food with. Go and find fire, Buju. Go and find the fire that the Thunderbird has in the west. No fire. Grandmother, Buju replied, I will go look for the great Thunderbird for you. And so Buju disguised himself as a waboose for the long journey. What's a waboose? A waboose is a little rabbit. Oh, good, I like bunnies. Well, this wasn't just any rabbit. It was Buju, and he headed off to the west in the direction where the Thunderbird lives, looking for fire. When Buju finally reached Thunderbird's home, he asked, please share the warmth inside your home with me. I'm cold and I'm lost, and I'll only stay for a little while, for I must be on my way. The Thunderbird agreed to let Buju come inside. Buju was inside. Once he was there, inside the Thunderbird's home, he saw the fire, and he waited. And he waited until Thunderbird wasn't looking. Then Buju, quick as a waboose, rolled in the fire and took off running back to his grandmother with fire burning on his back because he rolled in that fire. What? Didn't that fire burn his waboose fur? That wasn't his only problem, because Thunderbird flew right behind Buju, throwing lightning flashes at him. Oh. Soon Buju grew tired from running the long, long way back to his grandmother. He didn't think he could dodge the lightning bolts much longer, so he cried, help me! Help me, he cried. Who's going to help the little rabbit? Then Birch Tree spoke. Come hide beside me, brother. I will protect you. The little waboose hid beneath the birch tree while Thunderbird flashed and crashed and thundered. Thunderbird was angry that Buju had stolen the fire. The lightning bolts missed Buju every time, but the bolts hit the birch tree. Dark burn marks scarred the white bark of the tree. Look at all those dark marks. Yeah, they scarred the tree. And that is why all the birch trees now have burn marks on their bark. That's the end of our story. There we go. I hope you like that story. It's one of my favorites. And it also reminds me whenever I look at a birch tree, all of those marks that it got from protecting our little bunny, Wanabushu. Okay, well, today we have a lightning craft to go along with this story. So I brought some things with me, and this lightning bolt craft is going to look a little bit like, oh, I lost my, here it is. I covered up my flashlight. Looks like this. It's kind of like a little lamp that you can play with a flashlight. So can you see the lightning? And that's what we're going to make today with a plastic cup. So what you're going to need for this craft is a plastic cup, or if you have a small one, that works too. See, a little plastic one. Either one of those will work. Some glue and a black marker. And I have this kind of paintbrush, but any kind of paintbrush will work. And some tissue paper, doesn't matter what color. Actually, I have one light, which is white, and I had one dark, which is blue. But you can do yellow and pink or whatever colors you might happen to have around. So now I'm going to turn my camera to the tabletop so you can see what I'm doing. And we'll do it together. Hi. Okay, so there's my supplies. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take my cup and my marker, and only a permanent marker will work, because if you have a watercolor marker, you know what's going to happen? It's going to smear. So I'm going to make lightning marks on my cup. And lightnings are zigzag marks. So I go zig, zag, zig, zag, zig. And so then to make it look 3D, I'm going to follow the lines down the zigzags that I made. There, can you see my lightning? Ooh, it's a little weird down here, but that's okay. So now I'm going to do another one over here. Another zig, another zag, another zig, and another zag. And this one's going to be smaller. Okay, so here I go, filling that in. Zig, zag, zig, zag, and it comes to a point. There's my lightning. Oh, I'm going to do another big one here. Here we go. Zig, zag, zig, zag, zig. How's everybody doing? Looks good. All right. And I'm following it. And good. I think I have room for one more lightning, don't you think? One more zig, zag, zig, zag, zig. Do, 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 do. There we go. Okay, so that's what I've got right now. I've got zigzags on my cup that look like lightning. So I'm going to put that down for a minute and cover my permanent marker. How's it going? And then I've got some glue, my good old glue. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to pour some glue inside my cup, just like this. Drip some glue all around the edges. Dripping glue. See how I'm squirting glue in there? You don't want a huge amount, but you want a bunch that you can spread around. Okay, there's all my glue. Okay, and there's my brush. And so now I'm going to smear it all around the inside of my cup. And it's going to look white, but you know how glue dries clear. It will dry clear. So I'm just spreading it around in my cup. I'm getting a nice coating over all of my cool lightning marks, and even on the bottom. You see that? All right, smearing glue. Okay, how's everybody doing? You got your glue smeared? I do. I made quite a mess here. Okay, so I'm gonna put my brush down. There we go, looks like that. Okay, so then the next thing to do is to put pieces of the light tissue paper. I'm going to cut some white squares in there over my lightning so it'll show through with the light. Okay, cut. See how I'm cutting some strips and squares. Just, it doesn't matter exactly what shape. And there we go. So I have some squares, some white squares. So I'm going to do that. And so before that glue dries, I'm going to stick one on my lightning. And another one on the other end of my lightning. Ooh, I'm getting glue on my hands, but that's okay. And another one on this piece of lightning. And another one on this piece of lightning. Well, okay, I'm going all around my cup, putting the white or the light. If you have yellow, that's good too. That one kind of wrinkled, but that's okay. I think that'll make a nice zigzaggy effect. Thunderbird throwing lightning strikes at poor Buju. Did I cover all my lightning? I did. I covered all my lightning with white tissue paper. So now I'm going to use the darker color. And like I said, it doesn't really matter what color you had. I just happened to have some blue, and this was kind of a ratty piece that was left over from something that I had here. So I'm going to cut some more squares of blue to stick in my cup in the places where I have in between the lightning marks. Okay, so I got some cut. Let's see what happens. Oh, and I'm going to put some blue on the bottom of my cup too. Okay, so I got some cut. All right, so here we go. Piece of blue, and so in between my lightning, I'm going to stick that blue. See how I did that? Right in between, and right in between. And I'm going to put a big one down at the end of my cup, and I'm going to use my brush to make it go down there. See how I'm mushing it at the bottom of my cup. Okay. And more blue. Anywhere there's open space, you can put a blue one. And oh, look, right here I have some space. I'm going to put some blue. Whoops, there we go. Now I'm on camera. And there. And up here. And, oh, there's a good spot. Okay. And one more spot here. Okay. So there, can you see where I put the white and then the blue and then a blue down there? So that's what it looks like from the inside. So now what's going to happen? I will take my flashlight and play with it, turn my flashlight and shine it into my cup so I can see the lightning flashing, 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 flashing. And then some people might have one of these around the house. This is a little tea light that works by a battery. And so if you turn that on and stick it under your lightning lamp, doesn't show up very good on camera. It'll shine through, especially if you have a darker room. But the flashlight is more fun because you can make it move and flash and move and flash. So I'm going to go back to my FaceTime camera. And there we go. There, I'm going to play with my lightning. There we go. Woo! And as it dries, that glue will be clear, and so you'll be able to see it better through the flashlight. So there we go. So I hope you had fun today, and I hope you liked the story, and have a good day. Something I had never ever seen before, and here's where you get to make a choice. Was it a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex? And I'm just gonna stick some pine cones in my box, and then the fun starts. I just start rolling them around. Air rushing out of the balloon is going to push that balloon up. So let's see what happens. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. So that's how rockets kind of work. We are going to build 2 different kinds of rockets today. All right.